Some things in life are complicated. Taxes, assembling furniture without losing your sanity, trying to fold a fitted sheet. But biscuits? Biscuits should never be complicated. And yet, somewhere along the way, people started overthinking them. Extra steps, extra ingredients, extra frustration. But back in the golden age of diners, biscuits were fast, fluffy and foolproof, just the way they should be. Hello my friends and fellow Apolonians, welcome back to Apollo's Diner. I'm your host Apaulo Jupiter, and today we're ditching the nonsense and making proper, quick biscuits, the kind you'd get fresh from a 1950s diner kitchen. No yeast, no fuss, just buttery golden perfection in minutes. Welcome to Apollo's Diner. Let's get started. What you'll need for about 6 to 8 real deal diner biscuits, depending on their size. 250 grams or 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 12 grams or 1 tablespoon of baking powder to make them rise, 2 grams or half a teaspoon of baking soda, this is optional but makes them extra tender, 5 grams or 1 teaspoon of salt, 12 grams or 1 tablespoon of sugar, also optional but a tiny bit of sweetness never hurts, 60 grams or quarter cup of cold lard, or alternatively 85 grams or 6 tablespoons of cold butter. Either way, make sure it's really cold. 180 milliliters or 3/4 cup of cold whole milk, and a little bit of melted butter or lard for brushing because extra flavor is never a bad idea. First, let's mix our dry ingredients. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt and sugar. Give it a quick whisk to combine. Nothing complicated, we're just getting them acquainted. Now the magic ingredient. Fat. You can use butter or lard. Lard is how they did it in classic diners, but butter gives it a beautiful flavor too. I'm gonna go with the classic option, lard. Either way, it has to be cold. We want them to be flaky, not sad and dense. Now we cut in the lard or butter until the flour looks like coarse crumbs with little pea-sized bits of fat. Cut your brick into a few pieces and throw them in there. Now you can use a pastry cutter, 2 forks or 2 knives, or just get in there with your fingers if you're feeling like an old school diner cook. But my recommendation, use 2 knives and go at it as if you were cutting the dough itself. Keep going until you see those little crumbs forming. By the way, during the early 20th century, especially around wartime, quick biscuits became a household hero. No need for expensive yeast or long proving times, just mix, bake, and fresh bread was on the table in under 30 minutes. That's the kind of efficiency that made these biscuits a diner classic. Lard was often the fat of choice back then, by the way. It was cheap, easy to store, and made the biscuits incredibly flaky. Now, be careful that the fat doesn't start melting at this point. We have to cut it in eagerly, but not for too long. Because those tiny bits of fat, we want them to melt in the oven, creating pockets of steam that make our biscuits light and fluffy. That's diner magic right there. And now for the milk. Cold, whole milk, none of that watery stuff. Oh, and if you're feeling fancy, you could also swap the whole milk for buttermilk. It gives a slight tang and makes them extra tender. Just reduce the baking powder to 2 teaspoons and keep the baking soda. Either way, you're in for a treat. But today, I'm sticking with whole milk. Let's pour it in and mix gently. No aggressive stirring. Overwork though makes tough biscuits, and we don't want biscuits that double as self-defense weapons. This step feels a little weird at first, almost like you're just folding it in, but trust me, you want this kind of rough, shaggy consistency. Once it just comes together, turn it out onto a floured surface. In the meantime, preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 230 degrees Celsius. Now here's where people get scared. Don't knead the dough like bread, just gently pat it out to about 3/4 inch or 2 centimeters thick. If you want extra layers, fold it over once or twice and pat it down again. That's an old diner trick for biscuits that rise sky high, but again, don't be too rough with the dough. Classic biscuits are round, so if you've got a cutter, great. If not, just use a glass, a can, or even cut them into squares. Squares mean no wasted dough, and that's efficiency, so I'm going to go with squares. Now, let's put them onto a baking sheet. And here's another diner secret. Place them close together so they touch slightly. That way, they help each other rise taller. It's teamwork. Into the oven they go for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown and smelling like heaven. Now don't panic if they start to look a little rough and craggy on top. That's exactly what you want. That uneven surface means extra crispy edges and the perfect nooks for butter to melt into. Trust the process. Think of them as the James Dean of biscuits. Charming, a little rugged, but undeniably irresistible. It already smells heavenly in here. Let's get them out. Look at those beauties. Now comes the final step. Brush them with melted butter or lard while they're still hot. That's what gives them that classic diner shine and a little bit of extra flavor. Now tell me that isn't a thing of beauty. Look at that, flaky, buttery, and absolutely perfect. That's the diner dream, flaky, buttery, and ready for a slab of butter, so big it should come with a warning label. Whether you eat them with jam, honey, or smothered in sausage gravy, these biscuits will take you straight back to a classic diner booth. If you enjoyed this recipe, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more vintage diner magic. And for more vintage goodness, check out this video right here. Thanks for joining me here at Apaulo's Diner today. May your biscuits be fluffy and your coffee strong. Until next time, stay warm, stay joyful, and I'll see you in the next video.